Our trip to Bimini 2017. Also our first video ever. So Tammy and I packed up her fancy new luggage. Okay, well, she did all the packing. And we headed off to the airport. We flew to Fort Lauderdale, where we spent very little time before we boarded a small prop plane and headed off to a Bahama island. There we climbed aboard a ferry that would take us the rest of the way to Bimini. The water was so clear, it seemed to get clearer and clearer the closer we got to Bimini. When Tammy saw that big, beautiful hotel, she was so happy. She wasted no time grabbing her bags and heading into the hotel. But first, a quick stop for cold island beer to celebrate an awesome time that we're about to have. From the room, we had a fantastic view. We put our things in our room and headed back down for a couple of Tammy's favorites, mimosas. After our tasty drinks, we were ready to see some of the island. There are two main forms of transportation around the island. These hot rod scooters or golf carts. We opted for the golf cart. The golf carts were a ton of fun. I heard some of the locals say that we had to go to Coconut Bryant's and have a real coconut pina colada, so that's what we did. It was a tiny little place with a real relaxed feel, and I was so glad to say that I had one of those island famous coconut drinks. We drove around in our golf cart, seeing all that we could see. Goofing around a little bit and playing the biggest Connect 4 game I had ever seen. The next day we were having a little fun with our drone that we barely knew how to use. And we met this amazing couple from Australia, Alf and Kelly, and their little dog Sika. You could not ask for nicer people. They are full-time cruisers and live their life that most people would never have a chance to experience. This is their home on the water. It's Pia Mia. I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's a 34-foot Jeanneau. Alf can fix anything, so they spend most of their time sailing from island to island, helping anyone who needs it, and for the most part they do it for free. Just a great pair. I'm glad I can call them friends. Well, I guess it's time to see Bimini from the air. The water around Bimini is just insane. It's as clear as far as you can see. This poor old boat has seen its better days. I was having a hard time figuring out the drone and what all the settings meant. I think Tammy was a little tired of waiting on me as well, so she started practicing her moves. We just couldn't get over how amazingly pretty the water was around this island. Tammy wasn't wasting much time trying to find her perfect spot to set up. She walked for quite a ways. Well, looks like she found her spot. Looks like it's time to take the drone up high and go check out that ship that I saw out there. can't believe somebody lives that close to the water. That's just amazing to have a house and this be your backyard. I'm not sure what kind of ship that was. Didn't know if it was some kind of container ship that was empty. I didn't see anybody on deck. Well, it looks like it's time to make my way back. Cruising back, looking down. What do I see? Let's back up. I couldn't believe it. The people who tell me that when I showed them, they said it was a bull shark. All I know, if I was in the water, I would say that's bullshit. He's just trudging along, looking for something to eat. Glad I'm not floating out there. Looks like he's going deep. We made it back to shore. There's Tammy waving hi. The water looks like bath water. It looks like you could swim from island to island, but the locals say that there's a pretty good sized current that runs through there. I don't know about you, but I think there's something magical when people walk together on the beach. We decided we were getting hungry, so we went to a little restaurant right off the water there. Got a little more drone time in. That island there in front of you is really not an island. It's just a whole bunch of trees together. They call it Gull Island because all the seagulls go there at nighttime to roost. It'll be full of seagulls, thousands and thousands of seagulls. The drone was a big hit with all the locals. They never really seen anything like that before, so there was always tons of questions, most of which I couldn't answer because I'm new at flying the drone myself. So we all kind of learned together. So if you're ever thinking about checking out Bimini, you shouldn't just think about it, you should do it. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Tammy thinks so.